Good afternoon, good day everyone. We will discuss about a place that is once a peninsula na ngayon ay divided na into two countries located in Eastern Asia. Ang Korea ay tinatawag na the land of the morning calm dahil bago pa maganap yung Second World War, kilala ang Korea bilang payapa na bansa, with lots of forests, landscape, mountains, and clean bodies of water. Pero sa kasalukuyan, mas applicable na yung tawag na ito specifically for South Korea because North Korea ay mas kilala na bilang Hermit Kingdom kung saan hindi ito tumatanggap ng mga influences galing sa ibang mga bansa kahit sa mga trading system. They built walls for themselves and sa katunayan may tinatawag na border between North and South Korea called the DMZ or the Demilitarized Zone. North Korea, they are known for being strict and basically naka-isolate sila from the rest of the countries in the world. Pero paano nga ba na-divide ang Korean Peninsula? Ang quick background is that nagsimula siya sa Seila Dynasty. Nitong mga panahon na ito, nagkakaisa pang nasa Hilaga at Timog ng Korea. Marami ng dynasty ang humawak sa Korea pero noong 1910, napasa kamay ng bansang Japan ang bansang Korea. Nagsimula iyon nang magkaroon ng kasunduan ng Korea at US na tinatawag na Treaty of Peace, Amity, Commerce, and Navigation. Pero at that time, dahil naging tributary state ang Korea ng China, nakikialam na rin ito sa pamamalakad ng Korea kahit independent country ito at hanggang sa nagkaroon na ng digmaan sa pagitan ng China at Japan, nanalo yung Japan kaya napasa kamay nito ang Korea dahil tributary state nga ito ng China. Noong nagkaroon ng Cold War, Japan versus the Soviet Union at dahil natatalo na ang Japan that time, naisip ng US na maaaring sakupin ng Soviet Union ang buong Korea. Nakipagkasundo ang US sa Soviet Union na hatiin ito sa dalawa. Ang US nagtayo ng base sa South Korea at ang Soviet Union naman ay ang sa North Korea. Pero kalaunan, hindi naging maganda ang relasyon ng US at Soviet Union dahil magkaiba yung way of government nila. Communism versus capitalism. Kaya nagkaroon din ng Korean War na sinugod noon ng North Korea ang South Korea sa tulong ng Soviet Union. Nalaman iyon ng UN kaya tinulungan ng US ang South Korea na gumante, kaya hanggang ngayon hindi pa din magkasundo ang North Korea at Estados Unidos. After all, permanently na-divide ang North and South Korea after the Cold War. Let us begin first with South Korea. Geographically, ang old name ng South Korea ay Goguryeo, in which ang capital naman ay Seoul, city na surrounded by mountains. Mixture na ito ng modern and traditional architecture dahil nandito na yung mga skyscrapers and also yung mga temples and this serves as a tourist destination. On the west, southern Korea, bordering the Sea of Japan, and in the east was the Yellow Sea. South Korea was known for its largest economy and being one of the largest exporter at kilala din sila sa pagpapahalaga sa trabaho, their industrious nature. Yung South Korea was once a poor country and after 50 years they were able to develop into a modern and high-tech country. When it comes to the geological influence naman, coal na ginagamit ng mga Koreans for power generation at industrial production. Tungsten, ito, ina-export din nila ito through mga companies which is usually used sa paggawa ng mga tools. Graphite naman for pencils, motors, molybdenum para sa mga steel alloys, and lead for plumbing materials. So these are the available materials there. No doubt na mga ganitong klase yung materials nila because they are one of the largest exporter pagdating sa mga automobiles and mga devices na technologically advanced na. Kung sa Philippines, we only have 2 seasons. South Korea offers 4 seasons. First is yung spring, which is around March, April, May. It is relatively warm sa season na ito. And the best time kung gusto mo makita yung cherry blossoms. May mga nagaganap na flower festival then during this time. Yung summer naman, typically on June, July, August. Hot yung weather pero it usually rains and sabi nila it rains more during summer. Yung fall naman or yung tinatawag ding autumn ay from September, October to November. Cool weather and it is where you would see autumn leaves gradually changing into red and yellow foliage. And winter nila is freezing cold and snowing from December to February. In South Korea's religious influence, there are 5. Of course, Christianism, Buddhism, Confucianism, since nga before naging tributary state ng China ang Korea, May mga influence din na ganito sa kanila. Meron ding small minority of Koreans that practice Islam, shamanism. Ito yung mga shamans na pinapaniwala ang may special powers to communicate with the spirits, and oldest religion ito sa Korea. Chundogyo naman is more of an indigenous and native religion, which means heavenly way. But there are also people who practice no religion. Historical and social influence naman, Silla Dynasty were known for a peaceful na pamamalakad sa Korean Peninsula noon. South Korea's architecture during this time have floral and animal designs that can be seen on the temples, mga roof tiles, and naka-raise yung platform ng pinagtatayuan ng temple. Usually made of wood and stone. Yung mga pagodas na nila noon ay yung Silla type, yung may 3 levels habang papataas, mas smaller in height. Each story requires only 2 stones, one for the pachim or yung pinaka-support, and one for the oksimsok, the main stone. At yung nasa apex naman ay yung finials or yung ornament na nilalagay sa pinaka-tuktok. During Koryo period, Kung Nakchon, Hall of Paradise, enshrining Amibatha. Amibatha is one of the gods in Buddhism. Representative temple ito during that time. Hongjong Temple, one of the oldest wooden buildings in Korea naman. During Joseon Yi dynasty period na nagtagal ng 500 years at pinakalas na dynasty, Confucianism dominated yung social attitudes nilang mga Koreans, and yung mga palatial buildings ang parang mark ng architecture nila noon na nag-construct sila ng mga grand palaces during this dynasty period. They maintain pa rin yung Korean legacy and characteristics but in modified na due to foreign influences. This is the chronological order of what happened in South Korea. After ma-defeat ng US yung Japan noong September 8, 1945, nakakapagtayo ng camps ang US sa South Korea kung saan dito sila nag-establish ng military government sa pamumuno ni General John R. Hodge. Then on July 17, 1948, Republic of Korea First Constitution was promulgated na patungkol sa kalayaan at pagkakapantay-pantay. Syngman Rhee became the first president of Republic of Korea on August 15, 1948 after the general election. Major General Park Chung-hee administration, South Korea, nag-umpisa na sila mag-establish its international roles globally and umusbong ang pag-unlad sa ekonomiya. Kim Yong-sam was elected president and became South Korea's first civilian leader in 30 years. And meron silang tinatawag na Sunshine Policy, which was the progression of efforts to resolve issues with North Korea. In the traditional architecture of South Korea, the architectural character is as of the following: harmony with nature, influence of nature. They pursue to have the convergence of both the structure and the environment. Kaya kung makikita natin sa mga temples and palaces nila, they have flat stones on their courtyards, mga carving of clouds sa mga stairs nila, but they always keep it minimal and subtle. The decorations they use doesn't have yung mga humihiyaw na embellishments, unlike sa mga temple complex na mga nasa Khajuraho, Cambodia, na madami talagang detail carvings, but in South Korea, simple lang and iniwasan nila yung mga extreme and intense na details. They have small rooms but huge courtyards. The outdoor was considered more important than the decoration. Designs made of wood grains, kaya we can see sa mga temples na may appearance pa rin ng texture and fibers ng woods yung ginagamit nila in construction. The architectural construction of South Korea were symbolic, carved on gold grounds to signify the majesty of the kings, and yung patterns of clouds were used for religious expressions. At kung mapapansin natin, nakaangat yung eaves ng mga roofs nila, and they use curved and tiled roofs. They called this feature ondol is a unique Korean solar panel heating system. Yung fireplace nakakonect siya in series of channels na nagtatravel sa ilalim ng floor, kaya mas namamanipulate nito yung flow ng smoke from a fireplace instead of a direct heat na nanggagaling sa fire. Hindi katulad ng mga nasa fireplaces in western countries. Yung advantage din nito is pest control din siya. Paano siya nagiging pest control? Since nakikip niya yung mga room in a warm environment, it made the room under the houses inhabitable for rats and insects, bugs, and lalo na yung mga langgam, which can destroy yung wood. Since in traditional architecture ng South Korea, wooden structure kanilang ginagamit or wooden structure yung kanilang mga hanok. May health benefits din daw iyon dahil it increases blood circulation especially kapag winter season. But in modern architecture in South Korea, they use pa rin yung method ng ondol pero hindi na sila gumagamit ng fireplace para maka-accumulate ng smoke. Instead, they use hot water pipes na naka-install na sa ilalim ng floorings para mapanatili pa din yung heat and warmth inside a structure. Dolmen naman is ginagamit for funeral and ritual sa kultura ng South Korea. Sa pagtataliw nila ng dolmen noon, sinisecure muna nila yung mga large racks na sa pinaghuhukayan nila para ma-set up nila yung pinaka-supporting stones or yung dalawang stones na ito para mailagay nila yung capstone sa itaas. The body of the person or the deceased and yung mga gamit na kasama niya is ilalagay sa space between the two support na stones and isa-sealed ng flat stone slab. And modern architecture naman ng South Korea is similar to other structures in the world in this modern time. Kumbaga, nai-influensyahan na ng mga new knowledge na na-introduce sa kanila. May mga bagong concepts na mula sa iba't ibang traditions and periods from old and recent ages. Sabi nga, it became an interesting assortment. Best example nito is yung Seoul City, where pinapalubutan siya ng mountains. But the city of Seoul composed of many temples and palaces alongside with high-rise buildings. So ayun, there is an assortment and variety of structures na nasa modern day of South Korea. Now for architecture examples naman, Sejong Center, largest arts and complex located in Seoul. Dito matatagpuan ng pinaka-largest pipe organ instruments sa Asia. The second one naman is the Seoul Arts Center. Based naman yung design na to sa traditional hat ng mga Korean men na tinatawag na gat na makakapagsuot ka lang ng hat na yon kung nakapasa ka ng gwagyo or gwego, parang civil service exam sa kanila noong Joseon Dynasty. The Seoul Olympic Stadium, main stadium that is built the Summer Olympics noong 1988 at 10th Asian Games noong 1986. Malapit ito sa Han River. Cheongju National Museum, architect nito is si Kim Sul-gun, which is Korea's most renowned architect. Dancing apartment, done by famous Eun Sang-dong architect, serves as studies of nature. Meron itong leisure facilities, library, park, and performance spaces. Geksaen Jeonju, South Korea, painted siya with red, blue, and green. Ginagamit yung house na ito for administrative duties and ito yung pinakamagandang halimbawa ng Korean architecture. Changdeok-gung Palace, pinaka-meaning ng Changdeok-gung ay Palace of Prospering Virtue. Constructed dito noong Joseon Dynasty and one of the grand palaces. Nakalocate siya sa large park in Seoul. Donsa Temple, a Buddhist temple na located naman in the mountain north of Seoul. Kaso yung mga original structures hindi na nag-survive, so mostly renovated and newly structures na yung nasa Bukhansan.